Alrighty guys, let's quickly check before I start here that you can hear me and you can see me. Yes, that seems to work. Switching the music. Alright, so welcome to Forging Altea. You might have noticed I skipped the just chatting screen because I recently got new hardware, and while I got the new hardware, I installed Windows 11 from scratch, which is usually not a problem. But the only thing that wasn't backed up was my OBS configuration, so I had to quickly put that together today. I don't know if it's the way it was before, but I hope it works. Can hear you and see you. Great. CQI, hello. Welcome. While I did this, I noticed that we have quite a huge empty space down here. I don't know what was there before, but maybe we can think of something to put there. Yeah, Rick is here as well today. So it's hard to navigate him without spilling the tea. But yeah, Forging Altea, what are we doing today? It says, right here. Well, I am starting to work on the gameplay tutorial. So what this means basically, I can show you. Guess you can't read that, but the idea is that we have a scene where new people can jump in and learn the different characters, how they move and how everything works, just to onboard them quicker, because it's not as intuitive as we might thought, and it's always better to just have the ability to teach somebody how everything works. So the idea is that you move into the scene. There's just a knight on your side of the formation, or of the field, of the battlefield, and a opponent pawn. And then the idea is that we tell him, hey, move this knight and attack the opponent. Then we add a hunter, we add a mage, we add a priest. So we add all of these mechanics consecutively. After that, we will sort of spawn a boss character on the opponent side, just to see illustrate the difference between much ancient power and less ancient power. So what this means. And after that, we are doing the impossible. The user will play, or the player will play a training match. So this will be completely offline, local, and against an AI. And I don't know if I said that before, but we tried to implement an AI phone for our systems, and it's really hard. It's really hard. MW can confirm that's it's not as easy as it might seem, but we'll get something working, I guess. So yes, that's what we're going to do today. I practically have nothing here yet. I just created a new scene called training, and we are going to initialize the lighting settings because that's important, so the game can run on mobile. We will use a shadow mask, and we will bake the global illumination. It's probably best to, yeah, I don't know. Thinking that we generalize this, but maybe we want different settings. Yeah, we want different settings per scene, so it would make sense. So let me quickly open UtArc and take a screenshot so I can copy and paste stuff. Unity, it's just another scene. Thank you. Alright, so these are the settings. By the way, MW, maybe we need to revisit those since we have 7 4K maps. Alright, so let me quickly park this here and move back here. When do we reveal the winner of the Twitter contest? I don't have that information, but maybe MW, I know Cloud is not here today, but Cloud actually, I think he has that information. But I guess it will be soon. I'm guessing you're referring to the waiting list thingy. Okay, so let me see. We have 60 samples. Progressive was bad. True, the light maps are pretty big, but it looks nice though, yeah. Always the same with lighting. This was 16. The max was this because we need it. Then we have ambient occlusion on default and directional and default medium. Yes. Yeah, I just tried to click the screenshot. Okay. I think the Twitter code challenge is going for a week, but I try not to meddle with the marketing too much. So Sequoia, there's the answer, I guess. Because I also try not to meddle too much with the marketing, with the exception of Forging Altea. But okay, so I wrote some stuff down, what we need. So there are some preconceptions, and that is that training is all local. I call it training for now, because tutorial was, I guess we want to reuse the training match, so I guess training is the better. Somebody also had to work on the code, yeah. It's the better term here. Yeah, what we need a new scene. I already created that with a board. So the battlefield is called board technically. Then we need a context, a training scene context. I explain that when we get there. Then we need a new match implementation, which is pretty interesting because we have a default match, which currently splits into a local and an online match. So online match is what you see on the client you have, and the local match is just for testing within the editor. So you might have see this on the streams where we fixed a lot of bugs before the patch. I can always go in, press play, and then I have some default formations that are spawning, which they have more than 10 characters in there, I know. Yeah, but this is just so we can quickly test everything within the editor. And for that we also need a new match, so everything character based is always relying on a match, so we need that. Then we need an ability to spawn single or more characters. So currently we can only spawn formations. Formation is like a special construction where is all the information in there. We just give it to a component and the component does everything. And the component needs to be able to just spawn one character. So this is another thing that we need. Then we need a state machine. I don't know if I ever talked about that, but everything you do within the game is handled by a state machine. It's pretty small down here, but basically there are different states for different parts of the game. So there's a player state. A player state is in itself a state machine, And then we have plan attack, plan heal, plan move, plan surrenders, and the selection state. So the selection state is the default state. This is the state where you can select characters, and when you click on one of the action buttons above the characters, you will move into another state. So for the attack, for instance, you will move into the plan attack state. And once you confirm the attack, you will move back to the selection state, and the attack will be handled in the background. Since the latest patch, at least. Yeah, so this is state machine wise. So you can imagine that each of these steps will be a state in the state machine. So the knight is a special state which handles spawning the knight, spawning the opponent, checking when the condition is done, so we can move on to the hunter state. And after that, yeah, we need an AI opponent, which I already said will be interesting. Maybe I even work on that on stream. That would be really interesting. Yeah, so this is basically the broad overview what we need to do. But for now, we need a scene with a board, and the scene will not look good at first. I can promise you that, since I'm not an artist. So we have a main camera here, which we probably can deactivate for now in a directional light. So it would make sense to just create an empty and call it VFX. There is a setup that I use. Let's quickly grab that from Darak. By the way, I got a new GPU and I'm not dropping frames anymore, which is good. So I hope stream works better for you as well. Okay. So Zikua, I can now play Hogwarts Legacy. I might even be able to stream it. Okay, so I have this in lighting as a separate thing. Okay, VFX, SFX. Then we have lighting, cameras. I guess we don't need a scene controller, but a context, that's pretty important. Put that in here and reset it. Oh, the sky changed since I changed the sun. Alright, context, VFX, SFX, cameras, then we need gameplay, and after that is the environment. There we go. Alright, so in here we need a board. It probably makes sense to add a plane here for now. And this is at 0. Is this at 0? No, it's not. So reset it. Focus on it. Yes, this is better. And then we just do like 10 times of that. And then we have a map. Alright. So, lighting, cameras, gameplay. Let's move over here. Prefabs, there is the board. Pop that in. And then we need to see where the board is actually. Okay, so this is at the wrong side here. Okay, board. 13 by 13 with a king. Yeah, king makes sense. Clipboard size is 4. Instantiation, parent is tiles. This is the prefab. The spacing will be this. Generate. Alright, so we have, I thingy here. Right? Yeah. I guess I need to change the material. Yeah, that's the basic lid material. I guess we have materials somewhere. Yeah, matte color. Yeah, let me quickly add that to this. Well, that's even harder to see because of the lighting, probably. Quickly change that. Yeah, you're wrongly placed. Global. Oh, now I'm confused what. I was trying this. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. So let's say it's directly overhead. And then pull it up a bit. Always like to have it above where we are actually working. Alright, so gameplay, let's tag this with this and make it bigger. There it is. Okay. So we can place it like we want it. Okay, seems to be -12, -12. 13.5, 14. Ah, that makes sense because of the extra 2. Yeah. Alright, so this is now central. Alright. Tile renderer, board render controller. Yes. This is only the generator. And this is the thing that we need to change first, I guess, since we need a way to spawn single characters. The board spawner. Yeah, it's always missing the hunter. It's really weird. And then move in here. Ah, it's missing here as well. Okay. So while I'm here, I will fix that. I will give him the hunter here, as well as the king. So nav mesh. Let's bake that. Physics colliders. The thing has a mesh collider. Yes, it does. Which it probably needs. It should be a ground. Then we add ground here and say it's concrete. Call it actually ground. No, grab it. I don't need you. Ground. Alright. Okay. Yeah, so if I go to nav mesh and bake that, we have the nav mesh here. Yeah, I guess that's alright. For now, then we... Yes, this is only the other stuff. This makes sense. Okay.
Their work complete. Are headed back to the lab. Testing. 1, 2.
This is that. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So, board. Let me quickly check. New scene with board. We have that now. Then we need a training scene context. We can create that real quick. but we probably won't add anything for now. Training scene context, which inherits from the same thing as this thing. At a certain level of framework, you're just copy pasting stuff. Scene context for the training. Rather context for the training scene. Alright. So everything we need to adjust here, we will add here. So for now we can add it. So this is important to initialize subsystems that we need. For that we need to take a look at how it's done in Utarak, because that was a while ago since I did that. But I can now add training scene context here. Yeah, you can see there are subsystems and scriptable objects, and I just saw that we should probably add box groups here. Initializable. Yeah, got it initialize. Alright. Okay. So we have this. Then we need to quickly check what Utarak is doing. I guess we need the input subsystem, the match subsystem as well. The match subsystem will already be initialized since we used that to create a match outside of the arenas. But let's quickly check. Oh yeah, we have Discord presence as well, which makes sense. Input, ability, commander, and gameplay. Yeah, we have our own for that now. Then input, ability, commander. Wow, excuse me. Okay, so we better do that as well. Thank you, Sequoia. Training context, training scene, and then where's the Discord thingy? Let me quickly search for it. Discord. There it is. Training for fame and glory in training. Training rounds. I guess we don't have an image for that, so we will just display the logo here. Yes, so reset. I don't know why Unity does this. And here, what was it? Damn, I already forgot. Abilities for sure. Then commander also. There was 4 stuff. So this is the state machine. State machine is already also a subsystem. So this is how this works. Match we don't need. Profile we don't need. Damn it, what was this? Event tab also no. Let me quickly check. So context. Input, yeah, it was input. Input abilities commander. Got it. I also called it scene. Okay, so input commander. Alright, so the other thing we need is the state machine, and for that we need to change the other state machine, I noticed, but for now we don't need it. Okay, but let me quickly switch back. Yeah, it's back and forth today. At the beginning, when you set up a new scene, there's always this kind of copy pasting depending on if you have the things you need or not. So this is a scene context training. That's what I wanted without the P, since it's not a prefab. All right. So context setup and training for fame and glory.
It's time to get up.
Can't be that time already.
Come on, you know you're gonna have a busy day.
All right. Next up is probably the state machine. So I already created thing here. So let's add machines. Let's also call this training. So we essentially need, I guess, 2 machines, and one machine is actually a state of the other machine. So we first and foremost need a training machine. Gameplay state machine. Really? I called it statement. Okay. Training state machine. No, we want this. Alright. And then I will copy paste stuff again, because that's what I do. Where is it? Okay, so this is how the state machine for the gameplay looks like, and we want a state machine with state IDs, public enum training state ID, and we will have knight, hunter, mage, priest, ancient power, and then training match. Training state ID. Then we need to implement some of these. Alright, so yeah, I offloaded this to the implementer because Unity is not doing well with stuff like this. No, we don't need that. We want this. We want this. This. Oh, what is happening? I cut it here. We don't need that. And the first is the knight, I guess. Just thinking about how we're gonna do this. Because the knight state we could also split into 2, say, yeah, this is the UI thingy, and after that the actual night thing is happening. So we could make nested machines, or yeah, don't overcomplicate it for now. Gonna get there. Just call it states. Default state will be night. I guess intro. Yeah, let's leave it at that for now. No. So this is not implemented right now. We will return the default state here, and here we will the states. So I guess we can copy paste those. Default state, yeah. Since this is a scriptable object, we also need to be able to create this within the editor. So so training finite state machine, and then we have training. Yeah, let's put it under gameplay as well. Which probably makes sense, so we should probably do this here as well. But then we need to change namespaces. Cog, gameplay, training FSM machines. Okay. Yes. Gameplay training, FSM machines, and then this is training. Training state machine. Alrighty. This is the state machine created. I will also add all of these other directories here, so we're gonna have services. Then we're gonna have the states. This is where we're gonna store them here. I guess for now I will create a git keep file. So I can keep them in Git. Okay. State machine done. Probably best to create that. Thinking about it, if it makes sense to group it under gameplay, because currently it is only gameplay related. So that's probably okay, and if not, we can put it out again. Makes sense for now. Training. Within training, we will have a new folder called FSM, which stands for Finite State Machine. We have one here as well. And for now, we only going to have machines. Yeah, I guess we will have more than one. So it's okay. Training FSM machine. Oh god. Training FSM machines training. And state changed. I don't know why he is displaying that. because this one is public, right? Hide an inspector. Does this work? It's still there. Okay, it's loading. Okay, now it's gone. Okay. Since when can Unity display delegates? But okay. Yeah, this is not in any way that we using it right now. So we have this convention right now that we always have this box groups with settings. Training match needs to be a different machine because we also need to check. Yeah, nah, we can handle that with UI, so that should work. So the idea, what I'm thinking is that we explained how the knight, the hunter, mage, and priest works, and then we explain ancient power. But we never explained the win conditions, which, yeah, I guess if you wipe out all of the enemy from all of the army from the enemy, then it's kinda at an end. But we also have the king. And when the king is spawned, we will have to communicate that to the user. But for that, we can always display a UI thingy. So, hey, here's the king. When the king is dead, the game is lost. Yeah. Nothing in here yet. Match events, I don't care. Match, I don't care as well. Alright. So now we need to create these states. Quickly check what I named them here. I just postfix them with state. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Just thinking about how we're gonna do it, because we already have code that, you know, when you click on a knight or on a character, the thing spawns. Then if the thing spawns, we move into another state and stuff. But I was just thinking if we can nest that as a machine, but it probably makes sense to just implement that from scratch within the knight state, since this is a tutorial setting and we might want to change things how we handle it. So yeah, knight state. Huh, I guess, yeah, we are a state from what was it? Training state ID, yes. Implement that, and we have the training state ID knight. And now we're just going to copy paste that. Copy, paste, hunter state. Right, then we're going to paste again. Okay, that didn't work. Copy, paste. After the hunter, there's always the mage. mage state, and this is the mage. And again, copy, paste, mage, and then there's the priest. After that there's ancient power, yeah. Copy, paste, ancient power state. Maybe I should add explain. Night training state, I don't know. Ancient power. Names can always be changed. Alright, so after that we will copy and paste this, and then we will... okay, so this one is different. So it probably makes sense to make it like this, and this is a training match state. And the thing is, this is a nested state machine state, which I don't know what it takes. Same, I guess, which is training state ID. No? How does this thing work? This is my own ID. Yeah, this is a gameplay state ID, and I am within this, and training get nested state machine. Okay, so it's the other way around, I'm sorry. Gameplay state ID, yeah. So this is our ID, and this is the nested state machine. So we are the state for the training match, and serialized field, box group, settings, and here we have a state machine of gameplay state ID, and this is the gameplay state machine, which is required. And this is what we're returning here. I guess I can already gameplay. Yeah, I can use. Come on. Yes. Right. So let me quickly open all of them. Then do this, and we will copy and paste again. Setting things up, guys. Always a joy. This will be ancient power. What happened? I just copied it, right? SO ancient power. This will be found under training FSM states ancient power. This is where I'm confused, because I closed it. So this is the hunter one. This should be okay. Same for the knight. So now we can go in and say hunter, knight, replace, and be done with it. Same with the mage. Mage replace priest. First I need to copy it. Priest. So then we have the training match. Training match state. Yeah, I don't know what happened. And this is under training. Alrighty. Yeah, I guess we can also reuse the input service from the other state machine. State machines are pretty versatile. Just you have these states, you plug them together, and then everything sort of works. Okay, Unity. Then we go in here and say, yeah, first off, we want a folder called states. And in here, no, I really don't want this. Gameplay, training, FSM, states, and night. So with these states being assets or scriptable objects as Unity calls them, we have the ability to change stuff in the editor. So we can say in the code, we need this here. And then you can go in and just give it what he needs. So here you see that they all have by default debug log, which is disabled. But if this is enabled, they will log stuff to the console, so we can easier debug stuff. Hunter Knight Mage. No, really, I don't want that. FSM states Mage Priest. After that, we want Ancient Power, right? And then there is the special case, which is the nested. And this here is asking for a state machine. And we have the state machine already. This will not work because the state machine is still very dependent on arena stuff. So one thing we need to do is rip all of that stuff out and just have this unit which only handles gameplay. But that shouldn't be a problem. Alright. But this will be the last thing we're gonna do, so. Alrighty. So this is all fine and dandy, so I can go in, machines, training, and then we will add those here. I guess I can just, yeah. I don't know why I did this. It's much easier to work with this in one. Yeah, this is much easier. Lock it and select all of those. Put them in here. Okay, that was not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Edit the training match twice. Okay. Night. Night is first. Then we have the hunter is not here. The hunter. Ah, it's down below. Hunter, mage, priest, ancient power, training match. Knight, Hunter, Mage, Priest, and Power Training match. Alright, so this looks promising. So what we can do now, or what we need to do first is we need to say, hey, we want the training FSM to be initialized here, and then we will run into this here. So we can say enter. So this is what we call when we enter this the state. We just entered the training night state. That is just to see if it works for now. Let's see. Alright, so this is this. Huh. There's one thing that we need before we can test this, I guess. Well, let's see what happens. It should print it anyway, but we will have a few errors because there's no match here. Yeah, you see, I guess this is saying, yeah, there's no match subsystem. There are no match in the match subsystem, so I can't do anything. Naki, hi, welcome. Yeah, but you see, this is the message I just wrote. This is working, so we are actually in the night state. So this is working as intended. But yeah, as I said, the thing is dependent on the match. So the next thing we will need is we will need to create a training match. What is happening? Ah, I changed it. But this is interesting. So currently there's local online match, as I said before. And it will probably be best. Yeah, the actual match that we're going to play for the training match will be an AI match, and the training match is really just for, maybe I will call it tutorial. Yeah, I think that's better. This is a match, and a match needs to do this, apparently. Huh. Where's the match? There's the match. There is a match type. There's non-local online AI and AI versus AI, and we need tutorial, right? Some overlap with the entity Twitter space this week, though. Tough choice, but I had to select the dev streams. Yeah, I was talking with Cloud before the stream. He said, yeah, well, kind of weird that we're doing two things at once. But yeah, that's how it is. I guess the interview was more interesting than me babbling about how we're going to implement a tutorial, but never gonna choose that over this. Okay. So, the type we're going to have is the tutorial. And the thing is, I think we need to change a bit of the match itself, since this is not a clear-cut match like we used to. We don't have formations, we don't have... Well, kinda, but not really. Let's see how the local match works. So we get the local communicator. Which at that point I don't need, to be honest, because why should I? Well, this is just a basis to be able to move those things around. Maybe it's not a good idea to have these events in the match itself. What was these errors? I guess I can compile. So let's quickly test again. So the board renderer needs a match. Zero space over now 100% computation back to this dev stream. So here, yeah, we have these events here. And I'm questioning if it makes sense that they are within the match itself. We put them there because we always said if something is happening, we will have a match. Which is correct. Time for a training match. It's not working yet. Damn. I also love how the camera zoomed to your face while you're contemplating. Yeah. How's the thing? Yeah, we have 180 usages. This will be hard to change. When is it created? It's not created? There it is. Oh, okay. It's created here. And the match itself is using it. And is firing stuff, yeah. That's hard to change. I probably won't do that. For now, this is just a tutorial match. Everything else, so there are public methods here, right? So has formations. Well, we don't have formations here. So there's an initialize. Got it. There's a board size, whether it's resumed or not. Traversal points. Player A formation. Player B formation is null. Skip cinematic. Yeah, this is also a thing. And if the match type is local, the player is the current turn. It's also really implicit here. Can we create a subclass of match for training? Yeah, we already did. I'm just contemplating because a training match is not as clear-cut a match as all the other matches, or the tutorial match, so to speak, because this is like the match before the actual training match, because we need that to fire some events. This is why I'm contemplating. Well, we don't have to set formations. There's that. Since we're going to do that ourselves anyways. This is just a resume, which looks always a bit a tad off. We don't have formations. We can set traversal points, which is used in the turn, yes. We can change the turn, and we can end it. And we can get the current state. Yeah, and that front, I guess we will handle everything ourselves. There's nothing we can do here, I guess. But it's okay. So the best place for this is the context. Huh. Good that we have that. So before we have the match scene context, which essentially does the same. But yeah. Yeah, that's important because this one is already starting the save machine, so we have to do it before. We will break this thing out and then we will kinda copy paste stuff. So training scene context, we will need to do something on start. No, this is not what I want. I want to override it, yes. And yeah, we want to create a match here. How do we do this here? Initialize match, and then we just say new local match. So this is something that we actually do. Okay, I don't have it here. I need this. Thank you. This is actually required. And then we say match subsystem, new, and then we need a new training match. That's it. New local match, get running match. Where is this called an update? Is this all public? It is. Ah, there it is. Okay. So we actually need to say something like, it's probably best to say if a match is online or not, right? Because this is the only time that we actually want to perform all of these. We can get the special type here and the mode. What is the mode? Oh yeah, I added that recently. Flag, so boolean, is online. And no, this is actually dependent on the type, and if the type is online, then this is online. Flag whether. Why am I doing this? I can go in here and say, if it's not equal to an online match, we return. Easy as that. Then we pull it down to a pattern. Right, so where was it? There we need a match, which is a new training match. Training match, called it. profiles. Yeah, I guess I want to be able to change those. So here I'm going to say match is new tutorial match. Tutorial match. That's the ID, and then we're going to pass the profiles, which we need anyways. What are you complaining? Cannot access protected constructor. It's protected? Is it protected by default? Well, it shouldn't. Where is it? And pretty much public. Alrighty. So we have a match here, and then we're just going to return it. Creates and sets a new training match. Profiles to use for the... What is happening here anyways? Ah. Yeah, I guess we want to change that. So I not only need a opponent profile here. Which essentially is just the thing that we attacking. So here we have the profile subsystem with the profile, which is always there by standard, and then we have the opponent profile here, which we're going to get parsed. Just call it opponent. Yeah. Oh, sorry, opponent. Opponent profile. Created match. Alright, so training scene context. We can now create a new training match. And we should be able to say something like box groups, yeah, settings for now, I guess. Profile, opponent, profile. It's a new profile. And we're going to pass that along. Yes, so. Match, no. Match scene, yeah, there it is. And after that we just say, hey, we are starting. What's happening on start? Nothing. Okay. So this is the default thing. New training match, got it. We also set the camera here, which is, we always have one, it's just the camera main. That's okay. And I guess that's it. Right? Right. So let's check. opponent profile. Awesome. We don't have the match subsystem here. So here we can say we are fighting against King Orin, sorry, the second, which is obviously a king too. And yeah, we can set stuff here. Basically what we only need is the username, I guess, and the rank, because that's what we're going to show, I guess. So it probably would make more sense to not really expose the whole profile here, but just a subset that we need. String opponent. Right. Let's call it King Orin the second. And here we say box group settings, private rank. Yes. Opponent rank, which should actually always be the same as, so we need this here. Do we? No, we don't. We're just going to say we're going to pass the name, opponent name here. And then we're going to have a opponent profile, new profile. Yeah, it's always profile. No. Facebook wants to have something as well. Okay, so and here we're going to say the username is the opponent name, and the rank is the same as the profile, subsystem profile rank. So we're always playing against the same ranked opponent. So that's the idea. All of this can be changed, so. Okay, so we say opponent name, and there we go. This is easier. Then we set the camera, alright, and everything else is registering themselves. Cool. So now we should hit play and there will be no errors, hopefully. There he is. Play. You're different, hi. Yeah, we still have those. Why? Why do we still have those? King Orin the second. This is in. Not much, just setting up the scene for the training or tutorial, whatever we're gonna call it. No, that's not Diablo 4. That reminds me, I have to watch a video where they go over what is coming to Diablo 4. Since I'm not up to date. It's better than that. Why do we have those errors? This is called on start basically, and if we go in start, Guys, I think I just found out why we have these bugs in the editor. We need to call it in setup, right? Why doesn't this work? I'm a context, so I need to use the awake thing. It's used to initialize states for scenes-only state machines, and those cannot be created when installing into a container. Yeah, this is outdated. We're not using this anymore. This should actually work then, right? Start here, and then we just say match subsystem match start, so we can leave it out here, and this is well, right? Base awake. Yeah, I guess the problem is that we're doing this on start, and on start most of these other components already want to register themselves to the match, which they can't since the match is not there. Wild guess. Okay, let's test again. But I'm still complaining that there's no such thing. So let's hit the debug. He's even complaining here. What the fuck? How? That does make kind of sense, yeah. Let's first see if I can get it working here. Come on, Unity. Yeah, match is null. Not yet, I explained it at the beginning. Match events. But why? when I'm in here, right? I'm creating a training match. Easy as that. This is the match. So the match subsystem now has a match. Match, tutorial match, right. Set the camera, then we have 5. And we don't hit any of those other breakpoints? Okay, so let's see, where's the place where this is going to be set? Setup. Oh yeah, that makes sense. But this should not be called in that case. Ah, but it is. It is. So yeah, we're doing stuff here. Then the matchup system. Why is this not working? Right, we have a breakpoint here, we have a breakpoint here. We do this. I'm confused that I'm not hitting this. I should. Yeah, I do. Yeah, but that's the reason I do this and start. Local things are always a pain in the ass. Yeah, they have these problems, which is understandable since they need these, obviously. Let's look into the Utarak scene. I guess, I mean, it works there, so. What we do here is we have a start as well, yes. Then we initialize stuff, we do even more stuff here. Ah, I don't initialize it. Well, context, I should probably do that. Right. Anywho, it should work regardless, I guess. Unable to initialize a debug match with the debug blah blah. Match mode only local and AI modes are applicable for local play. That makes sense. So here we have the context here, right? Import all of that stuff. Then we have this stuff. Yeah, this is just context stuff. So if I go in and say initialize here, and then, I don't know, create a context for now. What do we want exactly? A match context, okay. No suggestions, what? Okay. We are player A. The board size is 13 by 13. Max traversal points are 100. Current traversal points are 100. We don't need that. So now we have a context. I don't know if this changes anything. I guess not. Maybe we overrode initialization order here. There was a way to do this, right, MW? Unity will let me. I was just asking where I can find the settings where you can change the initialization order of game objects, because my feeling is that we changed this here. I guess it was somewhere in the settings, right? Player settings, okay. Player. Let's type in script execution order. There it is. Yeah, we put that here. Scriptable object subsystem. Context, right? Yeah. So I should probably add mine here as well. This is quite a list. What was that? Core context. Should be further up. Training sync context, yeah, there it is. And we put that at 02 as well. Yeah, that's the thing with the local stuff. We decided that we set that before we load into the level, and then we initialize it in the level, and we need to do such a thing. Yeah, we should probably document that somewhere. This start is called before every since it has a value of -3 in the script execution order, which can be found under project settings, script execution order. We need this as all other components are registering themselves to the match during their start method. And we need the same over here. Question is, why doesn't awake work? Because setup is called on the match subsystem, which is, yeah. There's no other way. So -7, yes, -2, sorry. Got it. Yes. Default time, yeah. So now if we do this in the other scene, I changed nothing here, so yeah, this is a UI thing. But yeah, all these other errors are gone, and this is the state message, so this works. Got it. Name of the opponent. Alright. I guess, what is this? This is not serializable. Yeah, no way it's not serializable. We need these anyways. Private. Well, yeah, that's, we always layer A in this case, and our max traversal points. This board size, we're going to say they are 13 by 13 by default, and these are by 100. I guess I need to inline the property here. Come on. Inline property. Thank you. So we always player 8. Then we have the board size here. Then we have the traversal points here. Awesome. So this is the training scene context. Yeah, and from here we can go in and say, let's spawn a pawn. Yes. Let's see how modular the system is. So, do this again, should work. No errors, awesome. There's this message, great. So, what we can do now, let's test this out. We need something in here. We need a required field. This field is, come on, match subsystem. And in here, we're going to say the match subsystem gameplay. I want the... Ha! I need to check how we spawn stuff. Start match state. And here, how we do this? How we doing this? Select formation state. Set formations, then we have spawn formations, and spawn formations does this. Ha! This is what I needed. So spawn. I guess these are multiple implementations. Yes, they are. Huh. So now we just go in and say King A and King B has appeared. Got it. Oh, why is this important? Ah, since we said that stuff. Okay. We need a new spawn method. Or we just pass in a single field. Right. And then we do not want to clear. But if the generator says we don't have tiles, we can't do anything. So if the count here is below 0 or 0, we are out of here. Otherwise, we say pawn, instantiate pawn with the field player and the field, which is weird since we have that information in the field. Do we use that differently somewhere? We don't. So we can essentially change that. Alright, so the next thing I want is a field with params, right? So we don't need this anymore. We just looping over these fields, field, and then we say pawn, instantiate pawn in this field. And I guess we're never gonna spawn a king. Because this method is for resuming. Spawns forgiven fields to spawn pawns. I guess that's it. So what are we doing here? Are we saying, hey, is the thing there? If it's not there, we return null. Yeah. Get the tile is not there. Nothing to do. Get the prefed, we instantiate it. This is already a pawn. Then we set stuff depending on where we are. Rotate it depending on the player, and then we set the thing up. Yeah. Everything else comes from the field. And then we can say, yeah, there's a field. And in this field, it's Any attributes? I got it. There's stuff commented out. Ah yeah, because I don't need that anymore, because that's all in and clone with is also something we don't need anymore. Pawn. Huh. Formation from the comma formation. Entries. Ah, that's not my formation. This is my formation. Fields. Convert field. Already attacked. This is not used, which is very confusing to me. This is called here. And here we say alright. It's already used. Action. That's that fixed. So we wanted to spawn something. We can construct something like this. Let's say coordinates for what we want to do is 0, 0 for now. Coordinates. We are spawning for player A. Could also say gameplay. Match player. Since there's maybe a way we change that somehow right later down the road, so just the information that we have. Player, we want to spawn a knight with pawn attributes. Yeah, I need those here. And to have pawn attributes, I need to look into formation again. Because there is somewhere convert field, there it is. Pawn attributes from response field, and then this. To create, yeah, we need the game config, which is an easy peasy task. Where we are, serialized field required Private. I guess we're going to create a service out of that because a lot of these states will need to be able to spawn something. So it would make sense to put it in something that we can reuse. Game config. Box group. Configuration. Box group. Subsystems. So and here we're going to say attributes. For now it's just going to be default attributes. Get pawn attributes. Guess we give him the type. The type is knight. Right. Could also construct something like this, I guess. Yeah, later we're going to need that. So we will be able to change stuff around. I can only change the weakness, movement cost, and hit points. All of these others. Where's the information coming from then? Okay, yeah, for now we will get those. Then we have attributes. And he wants pawn equipment. And here it probably makes sense to have something like public static pawn equipment broken. Just give me the pawn type and I'll create you what you need. Right? Which is actually pretty straightforward because we're going to say NFT type extensions. We want to get a type and we wanted to get it for this pawn type, the category weapon and the rarity broken. Right. Weapon. Then we essentially later on just do this, so we can now construct this pretty easily. Hat. After that we need this chest. Legs. And finally feet. Creates a pawn equipment. Come on. For a given pawn type with all items broken. Pawn type to create equipment for. Created equipment. So now we can go in and say, sorry, equipment equals pawn equipment broken pawn type knight. So you can already see how we can change this to be more versatile in a service. So if I did everything correctly, when I hit play, there should be a knight on the battlefield. I thought he was already done compiling. Alright, so play. Then we have a black screen. Hopefully no errors. We have errors. Yeah, we have errors because I always forget to initialize stuff. We need the game config and we also need the match subsystem here. No errors, but also no pawn. Interesting. I guess we will hit the debugger. I also close the game view for now because there's actually no errors is good. Yeah, but it's not working. Can I do it? Yeah. So we will hit this. We have coordinates. We have a player A. We have attributes. We have equipment. There's, I guess, stuff in here. There is. Then we have equipment here. Yeah, seems to be right. Then we have a field, and then the question is, there's the spawner. Generator. Does the generator does not have tiles here? He does. Ah, we don't have 0, 0. Right. That's our coordinate system. The problem here. So I guess we're gonna use 1, 1 then. Now it should work. It's actually a very rare case to receive no errors on first try and something that is usually celebrated by high fives with everyone in the building. You should have a gong for that. Yeah, I guess we have a pawn. He's cluttered with stuff here, but I guess we have a pawn. Ah yes, I see one problem here, and that is I equipped him with broken stuff. You saw that. But this is not the right scale. So the correct scale, we can find that. Where can we find that, honestly? There is a setting for this, I know it. That's the path finding. Path renderer, tile renderer, board stuff. Board spawner. Ah, there it is. So if I put this as at 1, yeah, then it works. So this is something that we have to check regarding how we're going to set up the environment here. So no, we don't want to be clickable. Yeah, but we can spawn things. Let's see if it works. Where's the animation? Yes, everything seems to work. So the board spawner has a scale, which makes sense. Yeah, and that's actually the basics done. Anything else here is just copy pasting from the other systems, I guess. What we quickly can do here is create this service that I was talking about, spawn pawn service. So essentially we just move all of these dependencies to one place. This way it's easier to reuse. So let's pull that up here, and then we say we can give him back the pawn as well. And we say spawn. And what we always need will be the coordinates and the player. Right, so we can already kick those, and then I guess we want to be flexible here and say that maybe it makes sense to make a builder out of it. Right, so we can essentially say struct pawn to spawn, and then we just say, yeah, we to start we always need a player, and we always need coordinates. So set those. And then we have methods here where we return ourselves. And we just say set attributes, pawn attributes. And here we could also say pawn to spawn. Set attributes, pawn attributes, and then I saw this information here where we do something like items. I guess a builder doesn't make sense here because we're always depending on some stuff. Yeah, let's scrap that. Yeah, for now we actually only need to have it simple. Spawner, and then we say spawn here with the field. That's about it. Yeah, we can return the spawn pawn, which can be null. Interesting. Yeah, that's not a problem. I can go in and say, once the thing is spawned, I say board pawns get add coordinates, and then we return that, right? We put it in, we get it out. So for now, player coordinates and then pawn type. That's essentially what we need to finish here. And this will always be then of course we want to be able to use it with a pre-configured field. So really simple here. Sorry, field coordinates. Also can be null. And then also params like this. We would need to get in and say fields select yeah, let's say pawns here. Pawn, sorry, field. Then we say pawns at field coordinates, and we are going to return that as an array. Got it. So we can multiple fields, we can one field, we can construct it on the go. And all of that is in here, so we actually don't need that. We need services now, and we need the spawn pawn service, so we can get rid of those. And for now we will say spawn pawn service spawn for player A and coordinates 1 1. So essentially what we did before with, let's do a hunter this time. So we can get rid of those. Then the service needs, of course, this as well. Gameplay training FSM service spawn pawn. So at some point it will make sense to reintroduce those folders, but right now it's easier to just have them one. So when we run this now, state. Yes. This should essentially just spawn, like before, a hunter at the corner here. So first we need that service. There it is. This one needs the game config as well as the match system. And then we just say you depend now on the service. And when we hit play, there he is. Easy as that. So we can spawn pawns now. Cool. So this is essentially one of the first things done. So one of the most important things, because now I can go in through these states and say, hey, do this, do that, do this, and do that. Because this is how the pawns are actually working anyways. Yeah. And I see we're already at our end time-wise. So this concludes, I guess, the stream. We make great progress, so tomorrow I can just go in, fill out the states, and hopefully by the end of the week we can have a click dummy, so to say, where most of it is already working. And yeah, there are always some things that we need to change down the road, but I guess that's a good start. So yeah, I think that's it. So thank you for coming. Thank you for tagging along. Beautiful as always. Thank you. Have a great rest of the week. Have a great weekend. And yeah, I'm sorry for the inconvenience of the stream overlay and stuff. Next time I will save my config from OBS. Yeah, see you soon, and until next week. Bye.